Well, they have done it clutch slash Dignitas, Dignitas slash clutch. They have made it to Worlds. I'm joined right now by Michael Prindeville, who runs the show over there. Last time I interviewed you, you were like, "Yep, we're going to get in. Things are going to go. It's going to be great." And we didn't know what that meant, but apparently it means going to Worlds. So, of course, this coverage brought to you by Alienware. But let's hop into that. What has the past couple months been like for you?
A whirlwind, an absolute whirlwind. From coming in post merger, to just getting things right on the coaching side, to getting things right on the staffing side, to getting the players dialed in and enthusiastic and confident. It's been a 360-degree effort, not just for myself, but everybody in my org. Really just putting as much love and support into these guys as possible, and for it to translate in this way is beyond our wildest beliefs, but also kind of like a dream that we kind of put out there and tried to manifest as well. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Well, I think what's been impressive to me, among many things, is that you're based out of the East Coast, correct?
Correct. Metropolitan New York City.
But I've seen you out here every single week,
Yeah.
I think on both days. So you've been commuting back and forth from New York to LA for this.
Yeah, it's really tough during the gauntlet too. No sleeping, just airplanes.
Yes, yeah. But I mean, you have been out here. I mean, have you been crashing out here, or what's been your flight situation?
Yeah, for sure. I've been splitting my time between New York and LA for the last 2.5 or 3 months. Generally, just try to get out here, midweek for the games. Fly back to New York for the beginning of the week, and just a lot of work on the phone, on the road, so on and so forth. Yeah.
Well, take me through what the status of the team was when you came in, and sort of what steps the org took to turn things around.
Sure. So the status of the team when I came in was I saw players who were disillusioned and unmotivated. There wasn't a lot of structure that had been in place. And really, I remember the match specifically. Like I flew in the morning of Cloud 9. It was a Sunday. Sort of sat in the corner of the room for 2 hours, watched the prep leading into it. The result, I mean, they absolutely demolished us. And then after the game, basically nobody cared, right? And then the next day it just began, right? And it started with a coaching change and a few other personnel changes. And I just sat the players down and I'm like, listen, you guys are one of the top 2 teams in this league. You have all the talent in the world. We are not packing it in right now. We are going to the playoffs. And one by one, they just bought in, right? And so from there, we sort of just put little carrots in front of them, like win here and we'll go to dinner here, win here and we'll go to dinner there, and I think along the way, those carrots just, it starts to get people thinking like, okay, I can see it now, and just these guys are so bought in, and so the coaching change was amazing. Like Thinkard and Connor have been amazing together. They're really a yin and yang out there. And the players just every day show up and work hard and just believe that they were going to make it. And so, all credit to them.
So what's interesting to me is that you personally do not have a league esports background. So how were you able to so rapidly identify support staff changes that could be made, and evidently make a huge impact?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's emotional intelligence is part of it. I think I have a good background from traditional sports and esports outside of league, and I think it's really just about understanding dynamic and culture, and just motivating people in the right way and being able to read the tea leaves accordingly. And like it just kind of comes down to love, right? Like at the end of the day, if you're showing your players the love and you're believing in them, like they'll respond, and that's the main thing that we did in this turnaround.
But how did you find Thinkard, for instance? I mean, that's like kind of the question for me, right? Is because I think so many times before I have seen people who do not have the experience in league come in and sort of scramble to figure out like who do we hire, and they're doing this during the off season, right? You did this mid season for this turnaround, so like, how did you find the staff?
Yeah, that was a quick decision. Obviously, it had to be. We quickly went to market and tried to identify 2 or 3 coaches who we thought would be good. Really, all credit goes to my GM Andrew Barton on that one. He and I both got on the calls. We sort of ran through the coaches. Mine on more like again the emotional intelligence side, his more on the league side. Just got a feel out of those 2 or 3 guys that we interviewed for like who would be the right fit, who was up for the task, who wanted to take on like a job like this. And everything that Thomas said was just like exactly where we wanted it to be, right? Like right up our alley. And And Andrew and I got off the calls, and it was a no-brainer. We both said we want to put an offer in front of Thomas, and he immediately accepted. And then he came in and just hit the ground running, which is just like so professional of him.
How emotionally exhausting has the past month been for you? Because what's funny about all these clutch wins is that they always seem to exact a toll on the people who are cheering for them. Because it's never a simple like, and then we just 3-0'd and it was fine. It's like we might beat TL. Oh no, okay, well it's crazy.
I need a vacation. I like seriously. I don't know how the players do it because we are literally like biting our nails down watching every single game. And it's never like the drive to win, the desire to win is so intense. It's like just such a fire that burns inside of me and everybody inside of our org that like, yeah, it's stressful as all hell watching this thing. But then like to be able to have moments of exhilaration like that, like, I mean, it's just stuff that you just remember that forever, so it's all worth it.
So are you going to be able to sneak the Dig branding into the World's jerseys and the World's look as well?
Well, we're still going to be wearing these bad boys for sure. So at least there's a little bit there. I don't know. I'm going to need to negotiate with the powers that be at Riot to see how much more we can do. But
was there ever a thought? And I know I don't mean to throw them under the bus, and I don't expect you to either. But like, you and Immortals both acquired teams at roughly the same time. And from what I've been able to see, the Immortals side, it's been more probably getting ready for next year. Whereas you guys just hit the ground running, right? Even down to, I make the joke, but you guys have found ways to throw Dig stuff in there, and the social, like the Twitter accounts I see tweet back and forth at each other all the time. So was there ever a thought of like, okay, maybe we start to ramp things up next year? Or like what really inspired such immediate action?
Yeah, I mean, it was always that we're supposed to begin the rebrand process after the season was over. And obviously, week 9, Riot told us that we could wear a hybrid jersey. And confidentially, I was told that they were cool with that because they didn't think we were going to go to playoffs either, right? And so then we kind of just kept wearing the jersey, And the whole time we knew that, like, essentially one social media account, Clutch, was eventually going to close. So we wanted to interact between Clutch and Dig along the way to make sure that fans got pulled over into Dig, and hopefully we can grow the pool more,
All right, so what's next? Any teasers for, I don't know, what you guys are planning to do for Worlds? I assume that you're going to Europe with the rest of the teams.
For sure. Yeah, my GM kept trying to talk to me about plans for Berlin last night, and I was like, I don't want to hear it. Yeah. I don't want to hear it. You should stay up all night on Sunday and clear that. Like don't jinx it. But no, we're immediately gonna be looking at boot camps. I think we're actually in touch with an org over there that plays in LEC that's gonna help us out. We're gonna get over there as soon as possible, get the guys acclimated, and hope to just keep telling this story.
Well, it's been a really fun one to watch over the course of the past couple months, and congratulations to you and the players. I got to go interview DeMonte in a second, but is there anything you want to say to any of the Clutch fans who are slowly transitioning over to Dignitas fans?
I mean, we love those guys, right? Like, so Zach and all those guys in Texas, like doing backflips in the pools and all that. We see it, we love it. I would say that in addition to those guys, like, I know there's a lot of other league fans out there, kind of seeing the waves we're making. Like, we're here for you. Like, we want people to be a part of this brand. Like, we fight, we work hard, we do things right, and like, fan by fan, just come over to the right side of the world. So.
Very good. Well, congratulations on the win. I'm sure you've got a lot of adrenaline going through you right now. You got to go get dinner with the team. But for everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed producing it. I also want to show you this new Alienware Aurora PC. It's their new desktop. It looks awesome. It's their new Legend design. There's a little thing over there. I'm going to read it, but we're going to pretend I'm not reading it, and I'm just saying this off the top of my mind. It improves airflow and reduces CPU temperature without requiring faster fan speeds or updated cooling technology. Isn't that sick? Also, it's got high capacity now with HyperX Fury DDR4 XMP memory, as well as various solid-state drive options that leave no bottlenecks along the way. This is just off the top of my mind. These are the opinions that I have on this. They're also facts. Anyway, go check it out, alienware.com/Travis. You'll be glad you did.